Welcome back. As we continue off with the conversations, the festive season is upon us, and it's up to us to keep safe and adhere to all the rules and regulations put about when traveling to our ideal holiday destinations. Since the daily roundup is bringing you the festive edition from Swakopmund, one of the most popular holiday destinations this time of the year, we are joined by one of the community safety officers, Sherriff Marshall Sean Naude. Very good evening, Sheriff. Thank you so much for joining us.
Very nice to be here. Thank you very much.
All right. Sheriff, you are always on the road most of the time. We see an update of, accidents when you tell us all this. As a person that is always on the ground, how would you describe the accidents from the beginning of the festive seasons?
Well, I must say I'm quite pleased. I haven't looked at the statistics yet, but from our point, we're doing always the reporting. We have platforms where we have public reporting to us. We are working with all emergency services. We have attended a few accidents ourselves, but it's not that much as what I wouldn't say we were expecting, because we don't want accidents, but it's not as much. The end statistics will obviously tell the true story, but from what we've been seeing, yes, we have already had fatalities, and we have had serious injuries, and we've had accidents that were caused by things like tires and that. So yes, they are happening, and it's sad to know that people are losing their lives over simple mistakes.
All right. Now let's talk about safety and security. Yes. What are some of the most common crimes that happen during this time of the year?
Theft. You see, we have chances. Every time there's festive season, you have people that are going around, especially ATMs, and they are targeting people that are by the ATMs, trying to rob them. Cloning of cards is a big thing also. Pickpocketing. When you're in a crowded place, make sure that you have your stuff secure. People are pickpocketing, stealing out of bags. Make sure that if you're going into a shopping center and you're pushing around your trolley, that your bags aren't open, so that people will come and distract you and steal out of your bags. And these are the common things, but it's more when it's holiday times, because the crowds are bigger, so the chances are more that you will be a target.
All right. Now, when it comes to people's behavior, do you ever come across people who put their lives and those of others in danger just because they can?
Well, we have had a very serious thing happening at the moment where wheel nuts are being loosened on vehicles, and this is a very serious concern. We cannot confirm how many cases, but there have been several reports that somebody would actually go out and sabotage somebody else's vehicle. The motive operandi behind it, why they're doing it, we cannot say. Is it to cause accidents? Is it to rob people? We haven't had any of those reports yet, but it has happened, and we had a case recently in Walfish Bay where also a vehicle was driving and their wheel nuts. And when I posted it on social media, you will actually be surprised how many people came forward and said this is happening to them. So whoever's doing this and whatever, I encourage the public, keep an eye out. If you see somebody tampering by a vehicle, report it to a security guard or the police, because this is malicious, and this is putting people's lives in danger, and it's ridiculous. And especially also people speeding and taking chances on our roads, overtaking on blind spots where there's double lanes. And the last thing is fatigue. People, if you're tired, pull over. We lost 2 truck drivers recently from a truck that overturned, and this is fatigue. People are driving long distances, not drinking water and staying hydrated, and they're also not taking proper rest. Pull over, take a walk, take a bit of water, throw it down here where it makes you chill. You wake up suddenly, take a nice break, stretch, back on the road. Yes.
Now, what are some of the measures put in place to these offenders?
Well, the law enforcement will always be stricter in the festive season. The law enforcement, I'm so glad to be a stakeholder and part of working with NAMPOL, Roads Authority, MVA Fund, to be able to bring road safety to our nation. And it's an honor to be part of them. And the police are out there. You're not going to get away. And our platforms, NAMStrong, You're not going to get away. We got eyes and ears everywhere. We've got people reporting. When a person is driving reckless on the road or taking chances, it gets reported on our platforms. We notify the officials. We have platforms with officials on, working together. That's why this year's motto for us is working together to save lives. Officials and public, because that's the only way we're going to bring safety to the nation. And they report. And I tell you, before that person gets to the next town, it's tickets, and it's big tickets. Even, let me just say, forget your triangle, $750. Make sure it's road regulation. It's part of roadworthy. It has to be $750.
All right. Now, for all our viewers that are watching at home currently, and for those that are taking, holidays to their ideal holiday destinations, what are some of the do's and don'ts that you perhaps just, want to tell them before we let you go?
Well, make sure that your vehicles are packed properly. Make sure that they're in roadworthy condition. Tires are important. We've had problems with retreads on gravel roads coming off. Please just remember, you're not alone on the road. Be considerate. Your passengers and everybody else on the road's lives are in your hands. You must be responsible and take responsibility. And plan ahead. Don't rush. Take it easy. Let's have a good time. Let's be wise and let's save lives.
All right. Any final remarks before we let you go?
People, another thing quick, if you're going to come to the ocean, we had yesterday a near drowning incident. If you're going to come to the ocean, we saw earlier in that clip, it's serious. We had a near drowning incident yesterday. Look after your children, and it was an adult with the children that got pulled in. So don't think because you're an adult. Just learn about riptides. Learn about how to get out of it should you get caught in it. Safety always first. That's it.
All right. Sherriff, thank you so much for joining us, and we appreciate you so much, and we wish you a beautiful evening.
Yes, thank you very much. Always a pleasure.
All right. Sherriff Marshall Sean Naude joining us right here on the Daily Roundup, giving us a few tips and also cautioning us to stay safe because we are saving lives. Don't go any